Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know you guys are not used to seeing me in front of the camera like this, but we're going to switch it up today. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things that if you are trying to become a hairstylist or a braider, anything that has to do with hair really, you are bound to encounter you guys. And at the end of the video, I'll probably even share with you what is one of my worst pet peeves. It's something that I have experienced quite a few times and it drives me crazy. So let's get right into it, guys. So number 1, this one right here, it's about persons being tender-headed. And when I say tender-headed, I mean persons who are not, their scalp is so sensitive that if you were to pull or even gently just pull or you're braiding, it would cause them some kind of pain. And the reason why this is this is on my list is because not only is it because they're tender-headed, but I've had clients where they were tender-headed and they felt like they needed to touch their hair as I was doing it. I mean, the whole time I was doing their hair, their hands was in their hair. And I don't want to bash one of my clients because I absolutely love all my clients. Every experience I share, you guys, it's not to bash my clients. It's not to bash anybody, but it's to let you know some of the things that you are bound to encounter. But at the same time, y'all gonna know when I talk about these things, they make me a better hairstylist. They make me a better braider. So everything I mentioned today is stuff that I have encountered and I have learned to adjust and make changes and move on. So again, like I mentioned, the person being tender-headed. And this is a little hard because, when you're doing someone's hair, you need that person to sit still. Sometimes you need them to not be wiggling in the chair. And if they're tender-headed and you happen to be pulling at their scalp or you happen to be gripping, their hands will be all in their head. And the experience I wanted to share was my friend. I love her dearly, but there were times when I would be braiding her hair and she literally would grab my hand. She literally would grab my hand, and so I could not move my hand in the way that I needed to. And so that kind of made it really hard for me to do the job that I needed to do. And even if they weren't touching my hand because they were so tender-headed, I had to loosen up my grip. I had to make the braids way looser than I usually, and then it affects the way that the hairstyle comes out. So, it's not the best thing, but again, I understand there are quite a few of us who are tender-headed, but we still want our hair done. So we have to find different ways around it. So here's number 2. Asking so many questions, you guys, as I'm doing the hair. So let's get this straight. I don't mind when persons ask me questions. I actually prefer that they ask questions because the more questions they ask, it lets me know that they're going to try to maintain the style. They really want to understand what's happening. They really want to understand how to go about different things. So I encourage questions. But what I'm referring to is when a person, like the whole time you're doing their hair, they're sitting there and they're asking you all these questions. Like when you're about to part, they're like, why are you parting? Or why are you parting it this way? Can't you part it that way? Why are you parting it, or why are you braiding it like that? What's happening? And I get it. There are people who would love to know every step. They want to know everything that you're doing. But just keep in mind that when you are asking millions of questions like that every chance, one thing that it does is it shows me, or it makes me feel as though you do not trust me to do this style the way you wanted it. And it just is very distracting. Sometimes it can, take my focus or my attention off of the hairstyle, and then it'll go back to, it takes the attention off of it. And that sucks because it can mess up the way that the hairstyle comes out. So again, this isn't meant to bash anybody, but it's just to help you guys to understand that if you are doing this, or if this is something that you would like to do, you have to be prepared to encounter some of these things that I'm mentioning here, right? All right. So now here is number 3. So number 3, this one, guys, it drives me a little crazy, and I'm going to explain to you why. Number 3 is when somebody basically tells you how to do the whole style. And the reason why, as you can imagine, this would be a little annoying, so to speak, is because if you know how to do the style, why spend money? Just try to do it yourself. I think with the way that things are going right now, like, it's nice to save coins, it's nice to save money, so if you already know how to do a style, you are better off just doing your own hair. And I'm going to share this experience with you guys. There was one time that it was my first year anniversary. I had a short tapered cut, but it was relaxed. And I decided that I wanted to get my hair braided, right? I wanted to get a nice, cute little braid bob, but I didn't want to do it because I wanted to go and get, you want to get the little special treatment sometimes. I get it. So I wanted that, right? And I went to someone who was recommended. I had seen her work, everything. I was happy with it. So when I got off of work at 5 and I went to her, and I ended up driving home around 2 a.m. in the morning. And you guys, my hair was so janked up. And when I say it was janked up, I mean, again, I had a tapered cut. So there were areas in my head, especially the back and the side, where it was shorter than the top. And I even explained this to the braider. I told her, I sent her pictures, everything. And she said she could do it, no problem. Some of the braids were already unraveling. It wasn't even like tapered like a bob like it was supposed to be. It was just very disappointing, you guys. And so I told myself that if I know how to do my hair, I will, or if I know how to do a style, I would never go to anybody to do it for me, because you're always going to find something that's off because it's not what you would want, or it's not what you would do. So if you know how to do your own hair, y'all, just do your own hair. I'm telling you, at least if the results come out bad, you won't feel so bad because, first of all, you didn't come out of pocket too much, and it's your work. You can't be mad at nobody but yourself, right? So it's always better. So that's number 3, is just sitting there and telling me how to do the style. I don't want to be told how to do the style. Again, what I mentioned with the second one, what this kind of does is it just makes me feel like you do not trust me. You have no confidence in me doing your hair. So you have to guide me and tell me what to do. And that's not it doesn't make me feel comfortable as a stylist. So again, if you can do a certain style, do your own hair. Save yourself some coins, save yourself some time and some energy, y'all. All right. So now we're going to get into number 4. Number 4 is funny. So number 4 is when a client comes and their scalp is super greasy, super oily. And when I say super, I mean, all you got to do is just touch their hair and your fingers, your palm is glossy, right? And I've had that experience quite a few times. One experience, again, I love her to death, and I know she's going to be watching it, and I know she's going to tell me a thing or two about myself, but I got to say it. This is someone, she has had her hair braided before, and everybody knows, and like one of the number 1 rules when you're going to go get your hair braided, you do not want to put no product in there. And if you do put product, you want to put a very small amount. Maybe your hair is dry and you just want to add something, right? But come on, don't dip a whole bottle of oil in your hair. I'm going to tell you why this is so hard for us as braiders and stylists when you do that. Number 1, when you are braiding hair, we use braid gels because we want it to be nice, sleek, smooth, sharp, and the braiding gels do that for us. Now, if you have put any kind of oil or product in your hair, there is a great possibility that it will not mesh well with the braid gel, or, and so what will happen is it will create a white cast, and nobody wants a white cast, especially when your braids are fire. And then a few days later, you start to see the build up, the white cast. I'm going to tell y'all, there was one time I did someone's hair. I did beautiful knotless box braids, right? And I think she put castor oil, coconut oil, everything you can think of in her hair. And as I was braiding it, it looks beautiful, like nice, smooth, shiny, clear. And then after I put my mousse in there, and I let her sit and it dried out a little bit, you guys, her hair was white. Her scalp was white. Again, the braids were fire, but the scalp was white. So no products. Another reason why it's not a good idea to put products before you come and get your hair braided is because sometimes, again, with the braiding gel, as we're braiding, it makes it sometimes so hard for us to grip the way that we need to. And so your braids may not come out as proportioned and straight as they need to be. And sometimes you'll find that the products will come up through the braids and it will affect, again, the way that it looks. So you guys, that is a big no-no. And again, I get it, especially if you have very dry hair. Sometimes you feel like you need to moisturize it. You need to make sure your strands are nice and moisturized. And it's true. However, everyone's hair that I have done in the past, I have always made sure to let them know that I will be providing products. I will, add the products to your scalp. I will add the products to your strands. So don't come with anything. So you guys, that's kind of like a number one braider rule. Just no products. We got you. We're going to take care of that. Okay. So number five, y'all. So number 5 is one of my showing up late to your appointment without letting me know. You guys, the reason why this is something that is kind of annoying to us is because, first of all, I'm going to say me. I like to calculate the time frames of each style. How much time does it take? That way I can set, different appointments if I want to throughout the day. However, if someone shows up, let's say 30 minutes late, 40 minutes late, no explanation, no nothing, what you think that's going to do? That's going to set us back. And in most cases, another client's going to be walking in while you still getting your hair done. I mean, 30 minutes, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it really, really is. It makes a big difference. So it's always better to just make sure, out of courtesy, out of respect for other people's time, it's always good to let the person know. And I get it. Sometimes things happen on the road. Sometimes things happen. You're running behind schedule. I understand that. However, when I am not notified or when I have to be the one to reach out to you and ask you where you at, oh, you see where I'm going with this? So it's always good to let people know, or let your hairstylist or your braider, whatever, know where you at, or if it's going to take you a while, if you're going to be a little bit late. They will so appreciate you telling them that. And I have heard other clients come to me and tell me that there are other people that they went to in the past that would charge them. They would charge them. And so that's how they've helped these clients to make the adjustment in their selves to show up on time, because they're being charged fees. So to avoid that, you guys, come on, just make sure you do your part. Make sure you send that text message. Just be like, I'm going to be late. I'm so sorry. And in most cases, we will be understanding. I will. So, all of these things, I want to clarify, I'm not going to say that it's every stylist that has experienced this or every stylist that will agree with this. However, me personally, this is something that I have experienced on not a regular basis, but I have experienced a few times. And other persons that I know who do hair, they have shared the same thing with me. So just the little tips and tricks, that will kind of help to alleviate that, and for you to get the most out of your money, the most out of your time, you guys. It's always good to follow these little things. So I really enjoyed doing this with you guys. I really enjoyed sitting down and having these conversations with you. And if this is something that you guys enjoy as well, you enjoy me sitting here and having conversations with you, because usually on my channel, I show a lot of my work, me showcasing my work as I'm doing it, and then I will talk. But you rarely would see my face unless I'm doing my own hair or my makeup. So if you guys are enjoying this, seeing me right here in front of y'all, just talking, having conversations, y'all let me know down in the comment section below. Let me know also with that thumbs up. Let me know y'all like these videos, and I will be sure to drop so much more for you. There's so many things that as a braider we can bring out. We can, we can share. We can give you guys some tips and tricks about your hair. I am a new YouTuber. I've only been doing this for maybe like 2 years, almost 2 years. And so there are a lot of YouTubers that I have seen who have grown their channel by doing different things about hair. And so I don't want my channel to just be me showcasing my work, although I know a lot of you guys do appreciate that. But I also want to be able to sit down and talk to you guys and just have little, conversations through comments and just seeing how you guys feel. What are some things that you guys would like to talk about? What are some things you're interested in hearing? I've seen people sharing horror stories, hair horror stories. If that's something y'all interested in, I got a few for you. So y'all let me know down in the comment section below. So again, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Definitely like, comment, and subscribe, you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.